Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here today. Today, I want to talk about manifesting love. And love can mean many things to different people. When we talk about manifesting love, let's talk about becoming a magnet for aligned relationships. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friends. It can be business partners. But love, because it has many facets, it's one of the most sought after things that people want to manifest. When I'm doing tarot readings, oh my gosh, 75% of the time it's, when is he coming back? Or when will I find love? Or all those kind of things are very common. And so I wanted to talk today about, or at least give you food for thought, about finding clarity in what that looks like for you, because it's different for everyone. It really begins within. It's important that you figure out what love means to you, and then figure out that you are worthy of it, right? So often people say that they want love, but they're very unclear about what that would look like for them. So that's what we are going to tackle today. So first, we need to work on ourselves, right? You need to be aligned with that you are worthy of love, because love is tied to your self-worth. It's intrinsically tied to your self-worth. If you don't think that you are lovable, how can anyone else love you, right? So you have to know that you're worthy. And in order to do that, you really need to work on healing those old wounds, cutting those energetic cords with past relationships, because otherwise it's really hard for you to be vulnerable with a new partner. And love is all about trust and vulnerability. So even though we want it, sometimes we put up blocks because we're too afraid that we'll be hurt again. That, my friends, is an energetic cord that we really need to release ourselves from. So you can do cord cutting meditations. I've actually done a podcast about it. So if you look back in the old podcasts, you can find that whole podcast episode about, cutting cords so you can manifest from a clean slate. But what I want to talk about today is really tackling that you want to be aligned with love, so that you're magnetic, so that you attract it instead of constantly feel like you're chasing it. So let's start with, what does love mean to you? Because if you are really vague with the universe about what you want, it makes it give you back vague results, because remember, it's like attracts like. So it's just what the energy you're putting off is the energy you're getting back. So if you just have this vague intention of, I wish I had a partner, but never what that would look like, the universe has no way of co-creating that with you, mostly because you don't even know what that would look like. So what I usually recommend that you do, if this is something that you're trying to manifest more of in your life, is get some energetic clarity. Focus on how you want to feel instead of who the person might be. So figure out, what would a relationship look like for you? Are you guys watching, a romantic comedy on Friday nights? Are you sharing a love of football? Are you someone who loves playing Dungeons and Dragons and your partner loves to be dungeon master? Whatever it looks like for you is where you want to get clarity. So My friends, pull out that journal and start journaling about what would it look like? What would be fulfilling for you? Figure out how you can make it fit in your life. Would you want someone who would come move in and live with you at your place? Would you want someone who already has their own home and you would move in with them? What about pets? Do you have pets? Do you want them to have pets? When I got divorced, the first time I had married my high school sweetheart. So I had never dated like a grown man. And so suddenly here I am with 2 small children and I'm dating again. And I had to get really serious about how would I feel if they also had children, and what if they had a son who was my daughter's age, and, what kind of odd situations could come from the sudden, blended family. And so these are all things that you really do need to think about. Journal about it. How will you fit a relationship in your life? If you are so busy with work, you might need to carve out some time, really craft a vision for how can I make room in my life for this miracle. Right? Because it's one thing to want love. It's another thing to be realistic about how will I make it fit in? And once you start journaling this out, you really start to get you get that clarity for the universe of what it is that you want. Because you know what? Someone else out there wants those same things. And then amazing things can happen where you guys find each other. I love hearing those stories about, crazy ways people have met. And it really is because the universe brought them together. They both wanted the same thing. So next step is releasing those old attachments. I talked about, cutting cords, energetic cords, and definitely that is part of it. But another thing that you want to do is manifest healing your heart, manifest so that you can trust again. And a great way to do that, this is just a little ritual, is write yourself a letter forgiving yourself for whatever it is that keeps playing in your head. For instance, I'm just making this up, but I have had clients who were cheated on. So there is part of themselves, besides just feeling betrayed by that other person, there is also a voice in their head that blames them for not knowing, for not seeing what was happening. So write yourself a letter releasing yourself of that guilt. Write yourself a letter from a kind best friend or from future you that says you couldn't have known. You trusted. That was noble. It wasn't silly. It wasn't naive. It was noble. And release that. You can even burn the letter afterwards, because burning an object, written words on paper, it gives you a visual of it going up into the universe and no longer existing. So it really does help. You'll feel better. And then once we have, forgiven our past selves, you also want to be sure that you forgive the other person. And it is not because they deserve it. It's for you, because it takes energy to stay angry with someone. It takes energy to be hurt. And the thing is, it does not affect the other person at all. They don't know. They don't even know if you're thinking about them. They have moved on with their life and you are still replaying these bad conversations, right? So when you forgive them, it's not forgiving their actions. It's actually forgiving yourself. It's letting you, when you forgive them, you don't have to be angry anymore. What? It's amazing. Think of, when you keep anger and resentment, you're drinking poison and you're hoping that they drop dead, but they don't even know that you're upset. It's not hurting your anger and judgment of them. It's not affecting them at all. So forgive so that you can be free to love again. All right. Then we've journaled, right? We've cut energetic cords. We've decided that we're worthy and we're ready for this new thing. Well, then you have to get out there. really, the chances of your FedEx driver or your Amazon driver coming to your door and being the one, that makes the choices really slim for the universe to bring someone to you. So start getting out. When you are manifesting, you're always taking aligned baby steps toward the dream. So look at that list that you journaled about what your life would look like in this relationship. Maybe you love animals and you wrote down that you would have a membership at your local zoo and go once a month. Start doing it now. Don't wait for the partner, because you know what? They might be doing the same thing and you are going to meet them out there at the wild animal park or whatever your, animal place might be where you live. And you'll go, oh my gosh, here they are. Same thing goes for if on your list, the two of you both volunteer to clean up the beach. Maybe you feel very passionate about the earth and you live near a beach. So go volunteer and start cleaning the beach now, because you know what? Your partner is doing the same thing, and then the universe can bring you together. So my final suggestion is put yourself out there. And I know it's scary, but that's going to be the step that puts you in a position where a miracle can walk in the door. All right, I'm going to leave you with a couple affirmations that are really easy but very powerful for you to tell yourself. If you say the words out loud, bonus points, because when you hear the words come out, it helps your subconscious start to buy in and go, yes, this is true. First one is, I am worthy of a deep, soul-nourishing connection. One more time. I am worthy of deep, soul-nourishing connection. And the last one, love flows to me effortlessly and joyfully. Here one more time. Love flows to me effortlessly and joyfully. Say those to yourself. Remind yourself that you are going to be in a relationship. You don't have to wish for one. You know you're going to be in one. You know why? Because you love yourself and you know that you are worthy, and you're taking the next baby step and putting yourself out there. So I hope that this helps, and you can use these techniques for building your friend group as well. It does not have to be a romantic love. There are so many beautiful forms of love out there. So you can use these techniques for any of those things. All right, I am sending you guys so much love. Remember, keep your heart open and keep your vibration in love, because that attracts more love to you. And you know what? Love is closer than you think.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.